Welcome to Small Business Talks. My name is Shiraz Sadiq, and this is the Entrepreneurial Resilience Series brought to you by Gavreau Accounting Tax Law Advisory and Canadian SME Business Magazine. Established in 2008, Gavreau Accounting Tax Law Advisory is one of the fastest growing professional services firm in all of North America. Their team of financial and business advisors supports small business owners on their path to financial mastery through strategic accounting, tax, bookkeeping, legal, and proactive business coaching services. Their team challenges entrepreneurs to step into the confidence and courage they need to overcome obstacles to build wealth, their business, and increase their impact to change the world. In today's episode, we'll chat with Kevin Lee, founder of Eonlink Fortified Solutions. With the concept of remote work here to stay, how do you secure, your IT security? Hear how Kevin is working with clients like you to enable remote work and disable all the inherent threats. Let's go. And welcome to another episode of the Canadian Entrepreneurial Resilience Series. My name is Shiraz Sadiq, your host for Small Business Talks. And today, I have the privilege of hanging out with Kevin Lee, founder, operator, and owner of
Eonlink Fortified Solutions.
Yeah, and you know what I forgot the last time? I was like, wait a second, I got fortified in the name. And we're going to speak to and about why fortified is in the name of what he does. Welcome again, Kevin.
Thank you, and thank you for having me here today.
Oh, it's a privilege when I found out what you do. You literally enable small businesses and micro businesses to scale. Now, fundamentally, what does scale mean to you from a technical perspective?
Well, for me, it's growth with your technology. When you move or when you're starting up, I think your technical needs are small. But as you grow, as you want to become more efficient, more profitable, and more automated, it's when system can become a little more.
Okay, so I'm going to challenge you a little bit, right? Because you used some word, you said sophisticated and automated. How do we break that down to the every person? Right, to the every business owner who's saying, okay, I work from home. I'm growing to a point where I need to have a physical space. Now, we know, ladies and gentlemen, there's been this huge thrust of working from home, but a lot of you are experiencing growth. So what that means is you've been working from home, but now it's time to expand. How does that happen, and what does that look like now, Kevin? So now I'm a small business owner, working from home. I need square footage. Technically, help. How do I set up my infrastructure from an IT perspective?
Well, the first thing we want to do is understand what your needs are.
Okay.
You understand what your needs are, and we begin to build what your requirements are.
Okay, so now I know my requirements are. I'm moving into an office space, and I'm bringing 3 colleagues with me. 2 of them will be working from home. I'm adding a new hire. Everybody needs an email address. So we're talking about basic fundamentals here, right? Everybody needs a device of some sort, right? Everybody needs to connect back. How do I make that happen? So let's say those are my requirements. I'm going from 1 to 4 in an office space. How do I make that happen?
Well, we start from 1 to 4, but I've always noticed that your growth and where you're going to grow to are always beyond what your needs are. So we grow to 20, 30% more than what your needs are.
Okay, so you're saying if I come to you and say, hey, I need 4, you're going to build out an infrastructure, you're going to add 30%, and you're saying, hey, listen, for sure, but it'll cost you more to call me in a couple of months to add that 5th person. You'll actually create the infrastructure to support 30% more, regardless of what number I tell you?
Absolutely. We want to do that because there is going to be growth. You're growing now, and you're going to continue to grow.
Well, that's always the hope, right? And that's the dream. Now, you used another word, automation. So first, you've already said that you can set up a small business with square footage. From a technical perspective, you'll get their infrastructure set up with their devices and everything they need. Okay, great. But now, I need that software and that automation to make my business move a lot more smoother from an operational perspective. You can help with that as well?
Absolutely. From a software perspective, bringing in the efficiencies of understanding what your software can do and how can we make it more efficient for you. and your processes that you're developing or that you have to as your business is growing.
Yeah, and I'm definitely messing up the stat here, what the number is, but is a percentage like only 25% of businesses use about 80% of the capacity of their software. Majority of people, they're not maximized in the power of the tools they've already purchased.
Well, what we want to look at is the application that you have already.
Okay.
Making it more efficient, using the power of the application that you don't even know was there.
So know is there. You mean there are capabilities within what they've already purchased that most businesses aren't even using?
Absolutely. I think when you get comfortable with a process,
Okay.
you continue to use that process, but that may not be the most efficient, effective way with using that application.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're in conversation with Kevin Lee of Eonlink Fortified Solutions. And today he's talking about scaling. Now again, huge shift to work from home, but a lot of micro businesses are experiencing growth and they can no longer afford to simply work from home. They're shifting back into square footage. Now, if we could shift our conversation into not only a technical expansion, but an HR expansion. People are adding staff to their business. How do you connect them back to me in a very smooth and efficient way? Now, we've been using that word a lot, efficient today, right? Okay, so now how do we connect and communicate and share resources?
Well, one of the things I think with the pandemic, people have gotten accustomed to being online, virtual meetings, and sharing over email or a Dropbox. It's again back to taking those efficiencies. One, I would say, Matt, when you're in the office, you're in your new office, and and now you're accustomed to Zoom meetings, you want to make it look as professional as possible.
Wait a second, I think I know where you're going here because I've met a few of your clients who have benefited from this service. Ladies and gentlemen, when we come back from this small break, Kevin is going to break down one amazing service that they're offering to all clients. You're really going to want to hear what he has to share. We'll be right back.
Successful entrepreneurs and business owners who achieve greatness get there because they have the confidence to do extraordinary things. They have the confidence to make informed decisions based on their knowledge of 3 areas: where they are now, where they want to go, and the steps they need to get there as quickly and successfully as possible. Successful entrepreneurs and business owners get that confidence by being backed by North America's greatest business and financial advisors. At GoBro Accounting Tax Law Advisory, we support entrepreneurs and small businesses by giving them the confidence they need to achieve greatness. To be the best, you need to be backed by the best. Don't wait. Get started on your journey to greatness today.
And welcome back. My name is Shiraz Sadiq, your host for Small Business Talks. And today, we're in conversation with Kevin Lee, founder of Eonlink Fortified Solutions. Now, you are a part of the Entrepreneurial Resilience series, which by definition is how do we stay relevant and always bounce back from whatever is trying to keep and hold us back, right? That resilience. And one of the ways that you have empowered a lot of small businesses is setting up their home offices. Because like you said earlier, everybody's on Zoom, right? You've probably already been on a Zoom call already, or at least 2 today already, or a Teams call, whatever your platform. Now, what have you done to help that type of audience and client?
Well, question I'd ask you is, what have you done? I know you've probably been working from home.
Okay.
You probably had a couple of Zoom meetings or something going on.
Yeah.
You've got the luxury of being at home. What have you done?
And that's just it. I've also had the luxury of having spaces like this where I can have calls, right? But not everybody has the luxury of having the lighting that we have, the cameras that we have in studio. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do something really odd just to prove a point here. This might be the point. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Curtis from ITMT. They have a studio here. And could you grab a camera and just do a pan of what we see here? And you see, what you're looking at right now are all the cameras. There's 6 cameras in here. You're looking at all the lighting in here. Yeah, like I got lights upon lights upon lights upon lights. And for me, I have that luxury, right? Like in here, I got 6 cameras to work with. I got teleprompters. I got lights. I got backdrops, right? And then on top of that, I got people to edit all the video back over there, and Curtis will show you that in a minute. So I get that luxury, but not everybody has that at home. So now, what can you do to help people look more professional when they're meeting with a prospective client?
Well, with a little bit of lighting, a little bit of maneuvering of the cameras, and sometimes even the software. We can bring a 1-camera angle and making you look great on your next video call.
Okay, so you'll literally help clients with their backdrop, their lighting, the camera angles. More importantly though, sound. What do you do to solve that challenge?
Well, whether it be a lav mic, a boom mic, or maybe even a Blue Yeti that sits on top of your desk.
Lav mic. That's the cordless mics that we got going on right now?
Yes, these cordless mics here.
All right.
We look at your environment and figure out what's best for your space.
Okay. That's fantastic. And if you need to look better on your Zoom calls or sound better, ladies and gentlemen, reach out to Kevin and his team at Eonlink Fortified Solutions. They certainly have what you need to maximize your setup. Now, we started off this conversation about scaling your business and how you can add team members from a technology perspective, but do it in a safe way. Connectivity is amazing, but connectivity can be scary when you're looking at all the threats that exist. So that word fortified, let's talk about that for a moment.
I want you to think about people that you're sharing data with.
Okay.
Whether it be files that you want to share with, whether it want to be video that you're sharing with, or even a call that you're making on VoIP.
Okay.
Each one of those opens a door to your network.
Right.
Those doors need to be managed, and that's where we come in and make sure that those doors are fortified, that only what you want to give them is what they can get access to.
And ladies and gentlemen, you've probably heard that before, and if you're ready to do something about it so you can sleep better at night, Kevin is one of those people that you need to set up with and connect with and have them in your space. Now, if someone reached out and said, hey, can we just have a conversation? Are you open to consultations?
Absolutely. That's the first thing you got to do. If I don't understand your needs and what you're trying to accomplish, I couldn't tell you how to accomplish it, or 2, I wouldn't be able to tell you what potentially those costs would be.
Okay. Now, switching gears here, your story. Let's talk about Kevin and the evolution and the growth of your business. You started this many years before the pandemic hit. Once it hit, what happened to your business and how did you last past these tough times that almost every small business experienced?
Well, yeah, although there was always a need for IT, my business began to shrink. People began to downsize at their business place. They felt they didn't need any more technical expertise. Fortunately, I had another opportunity of expansion, of growth, and that came to looking at what people do at home.
Okay.
What people are doing with video at home. There was what they're doing at the workplace, but it's now they're transforming their home into an office space. Okay. And there's a need for maximizing their understanding what their internet capabilities and requirements were at home. Setting up videos and even their compute, their network at home,
right,
so they could get out to their business place or opportunities with others.
Yeah, in a safe way, especially when you're sharing your internet connection with little Johnny upstairs playing video games or whatever they're doing, and just making sure that you can partition enough data and secure it for your purposes first and get priority on your data. Now, a lot of those challenges were overcome. But what's next? What is the next wave? And that's why you want to get in touch with Kevin and his team to see how they can help you move into the next part of your business growth. Hey, Kevin, thanks for making the time to be here with us today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. It was great.
Hey, thanks for joining us today, and feel free to share this podcast with others. And also, don't forget to subscribe to Canadian SME Small Business Magazine to stay up to date on all our upcoming events and get top business insights from industry leaders. This is Shiraz Sadiq, your host for the Entrepreneurial Resilience series, brought to you by Gavreau Accounting Tax Law Advisory. Thank you to the team at Canadian SME Business Magazine for making this series possible, and thank you for spending time investing in your business to move forward with Small Business Talks. The Entrepreneurial Resilience series has been brought to you by Gavreau Accounting Tax Law Advisory, helping you reach new levels of financial success. Visit gavrocpa.ca to reach those levels you feel your business is capable of. This is Shiraz Sadiq, paving a way for your prosperity.